Hi everyone, I'm Amir Reza Kushki. Welcome back to my PMP preparation series. In this series, we explain project management and PMP concepts in simple English with practical examples and a real project mindset. In the previous lessons, we talked about what PMP is, the difference between project, program, portfolio, and PMO, and also the difference between a project and a process in logistics. In this lesson, we will cover three important topics: project lifecycle, stakeholders, and the project manager role. These concepts are very important for the PMP exam because many questions are not only about definitions. They test whether you understand how a project moves from the beginning to the end, who is involved, and what the project manager should do in different situations. Let's start with the project lifecycle. A project lifecycle is a representation of the phases that a project typically goes through from start to finish. In simple words, it explains the journey of a project. Every project starts for a reason. There is usually a business need, a problem, an opportunity, or a strategic objective. Then the project moves through different phases until the final product, service, or result is delivered and accepted. A project life cycle can be predictive, adaptive, or hybrid. A predictive life cycle is also called plan-driven or traditional. In this approach, the scope, schedule, and cost are usually defined early in the project. This is useful when the requirements are clear and changes are expected to be limited. For example, building a warehouse or implementing a well-defined infrastructure project may follow a predictive life cycle. An adaptive life cycle is more flexible. It is useful when requirements are uncertain, changing, or evolving. In adaptive approaches, the team delivers value in smaller parts, receives feedback, and adjusts the work as needed. Agile projects often use adaptive life cycles. There are also iterative and incremental approaches. In an iterative approach, the team improves the solution through repeated cycles. In an incremental approach, the team delivers the solution in smaller, completed pieces. A hybrid life cycle combines predictive and adaptive approaches. For example, a project may have a fixed regulatory deadline and budget, but the software features may be delivered using agile methods. For the PMP exam, remember this: the life cycle should fit the nature of the project. If the work is predictable, a predictive approach may be suitable. If the work is uncertain or changing, an adaptive or hybrid approach may be better. Now let's talk about phases and deliverables. A phase is a collection of logically related project activities that usually ends with the completion of one or more deliverables. For example, a project may have phases such as initiation, planning, design, build, testing, implementation, and closing. The exact number of phases depends on the industry, the organization, the complexity of the project, and the development approach. A deliverable is any unique and verifiable product, service, or result. A deliverable can be tangible or intangible. A tangible deliverable could be a bridge, a warehouse, a software module, a report, or a training manual. An intangible deliverable could be an approved process, a completed analysis, or a business decision. In many projects, each phase produces one or more deliverables. For example, in the design phase, the deliverable may be an approved design document. In the build phase, the deliverable may be a working product. In the testing phase, the deliverable may be an accepted test report. A key point for PMP is this: deliverables must be verified and accepted. It is not enough that the team says the work is done. The customer, sponsor, or authorized stakeholder must accept the deliverable according to the agreed criteria. Now let's move to stakeholders. A stakeholder is an individual, group, or organization that may be affected by or perceive itself to be affected by the project. This is a very important definition. Stakeholders are not only people who work directly on the project, they can be internal or external. Some key stakeholders include the project sponsor, customer, project manager, project team, functional managers, vendors, regulators, users, and sometimes the community. The project sponsor provides resources and support for the project. The customer uses or receives the project deliverable. The project manager manages the project and leads the team. The project team completes the project work. Functional managers may control resources such as people, technical experts, or departments' budgets. For the PMP exam, remember, The project manager should identify stakeholders early, analyze their needs and expectations, communicate with them regularly, manage engagement, and address concerns before they become major issues. Now let's talk about the project manager role. A project manager plays many roles. First, the project manager may act as an initiator. An initiator is someone who takes the first step or proposes an idea or action. In many organizations, the project manager may not be the original sponsor, but they often help clarify the idea, define the problem, and support the movement from concept to project. Second, the project manager is a negotiator. Projects involve conflicts, limited resources, competing priorities, and different stakeholder expectations. The project manager may need to negotiate scope, schedule, resources, priorities, risks, and trade-offs. Good negotiation is not about winning against others. It is about finding mutually acceptable solutions that support the project objectives. Third, the project manager is a listener. Listening is one of the most important project management skills. A good project manager listens to stakeholders, team members, customers, and sponsors. Listening helps the project manager understand concerns, identify risks early, and build trust. Fourth, the project manager is a coach. A coach guides and supports individuals and teams to improve their performance, develop skills, solve problems, and achieve goals. In modern project management, the project manager should not only command and control, they should help the team become more effective. Fifth, the project manager is also a working member. This does not mean the project manager should do all technical tasks. It means the project manager actively participates, supports the team, removes obstacles, and contributes to project success. Sixth, the project manager is a facilitator. A facilitator helps people work together. Now let's talk about the value of projects. Before starting a project, we should ask, what value will this project bring to the organization upon completion? Why should we undertake this project? A project should not exist only because someone has an idea. It should support a business need, a strategic goal, a customer need, a regulatory requirement, or an operational improvement. The value of a project can be financial or non-financial. Financial value may include increased revenue, cost reduction, or improved productivity. Non-financial value may include brand reputation, better customer service, improved compliance, employee satisfaction, risk reduction, or a new or improved product or service. For example, a logistics company may start a project to implement a new shipment tracking system. The deliverable is the tracking system, but the value may be better customer visibility, fewer support calls, improved delivery reliability, and stronger customer trust. This is why PMP focuses not only on deliverables, but also on benefits and business value. That was lesson 4 of this PMP preparation series. If you found this helpful, please watch my previous PMP lessons, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment with your question or example. In the next lesson, we will continue with more practical PMP concepts and exam-focused examples. We will also explore the updated project management principles and performance domains in the PMBOK Guide 8th edition. Let's continue this PMP journey together.